All you gotta do is read a book, open up the cover and take a look.
Hi everybody, I'm Diane with Prime Lending, and I'm here with Monrovia Reads. I'm going to read you a Halloween story, The Berenstain Bears Trick or Treat. The sights and sound of autumn were all around as Mama Bear pushed her shopping cart along the path that led to the Bears family tree house. The trees and shrubs were ablaze with color. Farmer Ben's pumpkins stood bright orange in the October sun. The crows cawed noisily as they searched the stubble for bits of corn. Wild geese in great V formation honked high in the sky as they flew south. But the surest signs of the season was inside the treehouse, hiding behind Papa Bear's easy chair. It was Brother Bear waiting to try out his Halloween costume on Mama. It wasn't Halloween yet, but brother and sister couldn't wait to try on their new costumes. Sister was going to be a beautiful ballerina. Well, what do you think, she asked, taking the third position. Shh, said Brother. Mama's coming. Brother had chosen to be a spooky monster on Halloween. He had bought the spookiest monster mask he could find, and Mama made the rest of his costume. You see, he's holding a devil mask, and she's a ballerina. Boo! He shouted as Mama came in with the groceries. Help! A monster! She cried, pretending to be frightened. No, it's only me, Mama, he said, showing his face. So it is, said Mama. Well, that just goes to show that appearances can be very deceiving. Appearances can be deceiving. What's that mean? Added Sister. It's just a grown-up way of saying that things aren't always what they look like, explained Mama as she unpacked the groceries. Look, goodies, said Brother. Hands off, said Mama. Those are for the trick-or-treaters who come to our house tomorrow evening. Brother and sister were very excited about Halloween and also a little nervous. This was the first year they would be going trick-or-treating without grown-ups along. I'm not so sure I like this idea, said Papa, so he carved the pumpkin he got from Pumpkin Ben. It's pretty spooky out there, he added, making a scary face at the cubs. See him, he's kind of spooking his own kids. Now, Papa, said Mama, if brother and sister want to accept the challenge of going out on their own, I think we should encourage them. But remember, she continued, turning to the cubs, there'll be stricter rules. You'll stay in your own neighborhood, and you won't eat any of the treats until you're back at home. Besides, said Brother, we won't be by ourselves. We made a trick-or-treat date with Cousin Freddie, Lizzie Bruin, and Queenie McBear. Here's Papa in his big pumpkin he's carved, and there's the sister with Mama. There, said Papa, putting the finishing touches on the jack-o'-lantern. Then he lit a candle inside and turned out all the lights. It was pretty scary. The next day, Brother and sister began planning the trick-or-treat route they'd follow that night. Brother got out a pencil and paper and made a map of the neighborhood. That way, he explained, they wouldn't miss anybody. Let's see now, he said. We'll stop at our house first, Freddie's, Lizzie's, and Queenie's. Then we'll do Farmer Ben's and our sitters, Miss Grizzle. Mrs. Grizzle, for sure, agreed Sister. She usually makes special Halloween cookies. And Teacher Jane, she gives out all the good stuff. How about Dr. Grizzly? Asked Brother. She's into health snacks. I think so. So just to be polite, said Sister. Gramps and Graham, of course. Of course. I'll tell you one place we are going to miss, said Brother, folding his map. What place is that? Asked Sister. That one, he answered, pointing out the window at the house of the old Miss Grizzle. It was a spooky, twisted old treehouse in a thicket at the end of the crooked lane. We're definitely not going there, he added with a shiver. See the old house? That's a spooky house they don't want to go to. Why ever not? Asked Mama, who was listening. Why not? The cub said. Because she's a witch. That's why not. What utter nonsense, protested Mama. True, Miss McGrizz is old and bent and rather forbidding looking, but I can assure you she's a perfectly nice person." But the cubs didn't believe her, not for a minute. They knew better. Everybody knew better. No doubt about it. Miss McGrizz was a witch for sure. Just after dark, a pirate, a skeleton, and the wicked queen from Snow White came for brother and sister. They were Freddie, Lizzie, and Queenie, of course, and together they ventured out into the darkness with their trick-or-treat bags. See? They all came to the house, and there they go out trick-or-treating. Before they could get started collecting Halloween goodies, they were joined by some worrisome company. Too Tall Grizzly and his gang out for mischief. Too Tall didn't waste any time trying to get brother and sister and their friends to go along with him and his gang. "Come on, we'll show you goody-goodies how to have some Halloween fun," he said, pulling brother along with him. "What sort of fun?" asked brother warily. "Oh, you might say you're going to put the trick back in the trick-or-treat," he said, chuckling. It was so dark that brother and the others didn't notice where they were heading. "Hey," said sister, "this is Crooked Lane." "That's right," said Too Tall. "We're going to play a few tricks on the old witch McGrizz." "What sort of tricks?" asked brother. Her gnarled, twisted old treehouse loomed ahead. "First," whispered Too Tall, taking a roll of toilet paper from his jacket, "we'll decorate her house with a little bit of this. Then maybe we'll tie a few knots in her clothesline. Then smear some honey on the broomstick so she'll stick to it when she tries to fly." See the house? All the little, they got the toilet paper there. Oh, it's pretty spooky. But before Too Tall and his gang could start their mischief, the front door opened and the bright yellow stabbed through the darkness. And there in the doorway stood the frightening figure of old Miss McGrizz. "Aha!" she said, gravely voiced. "I'm ready for you." See, there she is, right in the doorway. The kids are all scared. She led the terrified cubs into a cozy living room. To their great surprise, there was a big tray of beautiful candy. Candied apples, all prepared for the Halloween visitors. "Mama was right," whispered sister to her brother. "Miss McGrizz really is a sweet, kind old person." The cubs thanked her for the beautiful apples and went about the rest of their trick-or-treat business. Later that evening, brother and sister were at home looking over all the treats they had collected. The beautiful candies apples stood out, and Papa asked where they came from. "From Miss McGrizz," answered brother. "From that scary-looking old grouch puss that lives down Crooked Lane," said Papa. "That's right," said brother, taking a delicious bite of his candy apple. "You must really try to remember, Papa," said sister, giving her apple a quick little lick. "Appearances can be quite deceiving." This was my son's favorite book when he was younger. Of course, he's older now, but I still try to read this book to him. He just laughs at me. But I hope you all continue to read and have a happy Halloween.